welcome to One Mana Terror, and I'm gonna play the Pauper Classic Tuesday today with this deck, Gruul, Ponza, that I don't play in ages. Like literally, I played this deck I guess last year, and we just about to get into 26, and I played the deck in 24. But anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet and you like my videos, please subscribe. That helps me a lot. So let's talk about the deck real quick. This is a kind of stock list from the group Ponza. Sometimes the deck plays 10 land destruction spells, playing those 8s like Democast, Mivovoli, as the Moss, and 2 Stone Rings, but this one display 8. Sometimes play 8 enchantments, ramp enchantments, and less repurposes, or no Hydras, or like 2 Hydras, you know. But those cards you are seeing here are the like 99% of the cards this deck plays. So the main deck, I don't have much to talk about the main deck. So yeah, the sideboard wise is I'm playing Cannonade because I cannot rent the breath weapons together with 4 again Avenging Hunters and 4 Burning Pyres, because only those 2 play sets here are like almost 90 ticks, and my rent limit is like 155 or 56, and I have also my mental notes on the rent, so I just don't have the ticks for the breath weapons. But you're only gonna be having trouble with the Goblin Tomb Raider that is on the format right now, and Cannonade just does the job. Also doesn't damage the body party, but it's kind of relevant. And Cast into the Fires for Affinity, Elves, or Mono Red Relics, also any little creatures, and also artifacts, of course. And Feed the Clan and Weather the Storm to the Mono Red with the burn matchups. And I felt like 6 spells to gain life is better than have only Weather the Storms. But anyway, and I look for Genesis to graveyard decks, you can remember Mono Blue Terror and Sneaker Snackers variants, and like Dredge returns from the Spy and Dredge. So no the Glamours on the sideboard, or as you can see, and no enchantment rates, not enchantment hates. And I think if you wanna play the Glamour, you can take out like maybe 1 relic or maybe 1 cast to the fire in both the feed the clans, because you can have 3 the Glamours, or even 1 cast to the fire, the 2 feed the clans, and 1 weather the storms. Although I do not recommend you playing less than 4 weather the storms in the sideboard of this deck, because mono red is just a very bad matchup. But anyway, this is a sideboard. I'm gonna be playing the PCT today, and we're gonna go to the matches right now. And after the matches, we're gonna get back with the deck conclusion. So let's go to the matches. Round 1 from the PCT, Pauper Classic Tuesday. We are playing Gruul Ponza. We're gonna keep this hand. We have no pressure, but we have blue decks. Oh, preordain. It's like preordain on turn 1. It's no high tide, but maybe familiars. I don't know. Ooh, 3 SG mods could be nice if it plays a tap lane right now. If my opponent taps, I'm gonna be punishing him, but yeah, this my opponent's not gonna like this, I guess. I'm pretty sure. Okay, this is not good, man. I need to draw like pressure, because familiars draw so many cards. He can play that. Oh, he will foil. Okay, he's gonna discard Memory Mystic. Okay, he foils. So yes, I'm gonna play here anyway. And we attack for one because cannot do much. My opponent foils. I'm gonna play the real thing. He if he has another gonna play a Sea Gate with Volcano Drifter. He's gonna trying to find more lands because he knows he, he doesn't know that I am a Ponza deck, a Ponza Gruul. I could be a Gruul aggro, but anyway, hmm, let's see. And I got the red land, play the Malevolent Rumble. Gonna find a GRIXIS. Okay, that's nice. Next turn I'm gonna play the GRIXIS and trying to destroy another land. I'm gonna try at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna try the blue land since my opponent doesn't play. This is Esper Familiars. Yeah, I'm gonna try to destroy the blue land, or maybe the red, the black land. I don't know. Hmm. I'm going to play the Chrysalis. Yeah. Now destroy the black land. And next turn we can play. If my opponent plays another tap land, I'm gonna destroy the tap land also. Because I think I'm gonna 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna have 10 mana exactly. We're gonna blow up the land and play the boarding party. Yes. I think this is a pretty hard matchup for FAMs because my opponent can counter this. Maybe he can counter, I don't know. Spell Pierce. No, I don't think this deck plays Spell Pierce. Yeah. Oh, the Pierce Prow, not good. It's gonna put in, in green. Gonna not counter anything. Attack for 10. Now we are just trying to keep drawing at least no more lands or ramps. Mana essentially. So yeah, that was I was not in the play, but even if I was on even being on a draw is kind of rough. Okay. I don't have any sideboard cards to this matchup because I think we can bring the Relic of Progenitors because it's good against Ephemerate loop like the Archaeomancer and Ephemerate. But I don't know if I'm gonna be on a draw again, but I don't know what is worse. I'm not gonna sideboard anything. I think my main deck is because if I wanna bring the Relic of Progenitors, what I'm gonna cut this deck like I could cut the like two Eldrazi Proposes or maybe one Malevolent Rumble or the Hydra. The Hydra is a flex slot. Could be the Hydra and two Reposer because there's even some. This hand is not good, I guess. We have two of those. We are on a draw. My opponent has a bunch of. I don't know if we should keep this hand. Opponent counter this as the moss. We are pretty. pretty bad in pretty bad shape because you don't have many ramps like Arbor Elves are kind of ramping, but on a draw, if one of those Arbor Elves were in my opponent plays foil also, so I think the hand is bad, but I think we should mulligan this hand. Yeah, now we are pretty far behind here. Oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna keep this Voting Party and Avenging Hunter. Yeah, because we play Malevolent Rumble on turn 2, just to search for the red mana, but I think we're not gonna win this game too. Arbor Elf. This is no. We have a way to we had a way to play this thermal cast on turn 2 would be good, but on turn 3 we're gonna be opponent does nothing, just blue mana. Maybe he wants to counter my play here. If my opponent counter this Malevolent Rumble, it's actually gonna be bad for me. Yeah, I think now we are pretty bad shape because we need to draw land. Or Arbor Elf. I don't know. Opponent is Ash Barrens, getting a plains, playing a familiar. No. Maybe it's not familiars. Let's counter again. No, he's not. We have 3 mana here. Now I think the best draw is opponent's Cyclone Lording Reveal. Getting an island. Now my or all of our um land destruction spells are bad because my opponent has a lot of lands, but I'm gonna take out this white mana with thermal cast. We have nothing to do. And maybe opponent's gonna counter. I don't know. If he has a foil now, he can just use the foil as a 4 mana counter spell. But he has no more counters. We need to draw a land next turn so we can play the move on last moss. And then search for our dual land, and in the next turn we would have 4 mana. Not well, I was thinking about 5, but it was not 5 mana. It was yeah. Now it's a good timing to have the land from the top, or also another thermocast. Opponent needs to no opponent. Yeah, if you find a land from the top right now, it's kind of not a land from the top. That's not bad. Opponent maybe it's depending to count. My God, okay. I play the land. Guess we need a land. I was thinking about the PS Pro, but we have 3 mana. Okay. We use 2 thermocasts and we have a still Memorial Music. Now we are just dead because we can do nothing about this guy. Avenging Hunter is a bad card again. We are just toast. Hmm. One is gonna start to go for the tokens now, but we still can pressure our opponent. Since my opponent is out of white mana, my opponent can't destroy my creatures or exile my creatures like with Journey or destroy evil. Deep analysis. Okay, deep analysis. I'm gonna destroy one of my opponent's. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy this land. I'm not gonna pressure my opponent. I have a lot of mana. I think I can. If I find a land, I'm gonna 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm not. I cannot cast another crystals. Hmm. I think I can play a chrysalis. Like 2 green. Yeah, I'm not gonna need those 2. Or do I? We have 4 here. Yeah, we need to draw this. So we're going to play the chrysalis. Honest, thinking about a foil. I think so. He has 7 cards in hand. He does another token, and he stops my crystals. Yeah, he's gonna foil. Yeah, why this matchup is good for us, but just slipping away because we mulligan hard. I'm gonna find the dual land. Opponent has another foil. Pretty bad, but we're gonna attack here. Opponent has no white mana, and if we can cast the Avenging Hunter, but 5, 6. If we find a land from the top, we can play the another out sword. Opponent's gonna find another land. Maybe it's a dual land. I'm gonna play the Avenging Hunter here or not. My opponent can find a way to steal my initiative multiple turns, and at some point I'm gonna losing to my own initiative. It is a possibility, but under discard a snap. I'm gonna attack with Murder Mystic. Okay, he's gonna jump with the token. He has only 3 cards in hand. If we, oh, this is also good, but you know, I'm not gonna play my Avenging Hunter first because if my opponent see my Avenging Hunter, he might just not block the token to. But my opponent can't play a 1 mana spell here to steal my initiative. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get the forest. 2 mana I don't have. Now I be past. Now my opponent, yeah, my opponent not gonna steal my initiative this turn. We have a trample. In my upkeep, I'm gonna be growing up the Avenging Hunter. My opponent's paying life, drawing cards, making tokens. Maybe my opponent's trying to find lands. In my turn, I think I'm gonna. My opponent's Lorien revealing. What is this card is Snap? Oh, white mana. I can't let my opponent have white mana. Bonder, okay. That's uh that's reasonable, but I'm gonna take out this white mana. I think we should not do this and play another Avenging Hunter, but I'm gonna be growing up my Avenging Hunter. It's gonna be a 7 attacker. Let's see my draw also. Forge. Forge my Avenging Hunter. Okay, I'm gonna draw Proposer. I think that's enough because I can do both. 5. Okay. We have how many mana? We have 3, 5, 6, 7. We can go for this. Yeah, first we're gonna attack. We don't need to. Yeah, opponent's gonna block only that because Avenging Hunter just does 7 damage. Opponent's gonna maybe steal my initiative and search for the planes, right? That's kind of bad. But I kind of keeping away from white mana. Maybe he has a foil in hand. No, he don't. Maybe this was wrong because now my opponent can steal the initiative and also search for a land, a plains, play the plains from the hand, and use a removal spell like Destroy Evil. You know, maybe this was not enough to keep my opponent away from white mana because now my opponent can just steal my initiative. But if he attacks here, you're gonna have a one less blocker. Now my opponent's gonna steal my initiative anyway because I'm gonna be out of. When I discard, no, discard Mold Drifter. If he plays a land, you just don't. I think we don't. He doesn't have a second planes, so he just played a land. I should not be worried about my giving my opponent stealing my initiative because if he wants to attack here, he's gonna get the land. It's nice, but my opponent. This is game 2, by the way. My opponent has less time than me. He get the planes. He had the planes and oh, my opponent. Okay, Thermocast. I think I'm gonna play the Altusaur. I think I should play the Altusaur. If I play the Avenging Hunter, we're gonna steal the initiative and go to trap. My opponent's got 5 life. Yeah, I think that's better, right? That's much better, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna play Avenging Hunter. So if my opponent counters my Avenging Hunter, I'm gonna Thermocast one of his lands because he has a planes in hand and he just don't play the planes. I think my opponent's gonna counter here. Prohibit. It prohibits. It doesn't work, man. Prohibit counter at best. Gonna trap. My opponent plays a prohibit there. Maybe he misclicked. He wants to cast a maybe a sense scatter. I don't know. GG's. Okay, round 3, and we are against Esso. I think he's playing like white black blade. And this hand, I think since it's enough because we don't need to be that fast on building our board against that deck. If he is playing the black white blade, but I think I'm right. Let's see. He's been playing only black-white blade lately, so let's see. He kept 7 also. Yeah, he kept 7. My hand has having 2 land destructors is against this deck is nice because this deck plays Basilica, ORZHOV Basilica, and tap lands, the Bojuka Bog also, but it's okay. I'm gonna play Malevolent Rumble, better than that. Avenging Hunter, I think Avenging Hunter is better. Yeah, of course, because the pressure comes with the price of putting a emblem on the board so my opponent can steal my emblem. But my opponent doesn't play I think Linked Hawk because he doesn't play the artifact version of this deck. He plays a version with the plays it's quite Sky Fisher. I think he plays Monarch also, the Turn of the Black Rose, if I'm not wrong. Okay, we have 5 mana. We could go for Avenging Hunter here, but I think we're gonna. Hmm. Avenging Hunter is also a good play because we search for our land for the next turn. My opponent's gonna just like my opponent's not have the white mana is kinda good because he's not playing any creature right now. I think we're gonna play Avenging Hunter here because this way. Nah, white. I just forgot to play the Utopia Sprawl. This is a mistake, okay, guys? We could just play a Utopia Sprawl and we just did not. There was a misplay, my bad. We just step here, added 3 here, 4 here, and the token. So there was a misplay. But we can do this next turn also. And cast down, which is pretty much expected. Now we just have to destroy that land, which is unfortunate because we need to lost well now. Not that unfortunate also. I think I want both of those cards. Yeah, I want both. No, I can't play the SD Moss right now because I let that card on top of my deck. So 1, 2, 5. We cannot play GRIXIS and the land destruction, right? Yeah, we cannot. I'm gonna play here for green, and that's pretty bad. My opponent can just because I don't wanna lose my I don't wanna lose my initiative from to a creature. 4, 5, 6. We play Chrysalis and Estimos. Okay, that's okay. Pretty much okay. See, my opponent doesn't play any, you know, we're going to let's we go to Stats. Okay. I think we can play out to Soar, but I'm gonna play Chrysalis and blow my opponent's land. We have 2 land destructions, so I'm gonna get only 1 because I'm gonna keep my what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my token, at least 1 token on the board because I want to protect my Chrysalis from the Tiffin Blade. Next turn we're gonna go for Catacombs and summon the 4/1 Skeleton. Oh, we're gonna take another land destruction there. Opponent is not gonna like that. This is kind of bad. My opponent's gonna have to discard and also gonna lose the land. He's gonna have maybe my opponent's gonna give DGs. Okay. And we cannot play anything else. We could have play. You could play the Altisor, but if I did that and did find anything good, my opponent would have the white mana that he could play a creature. This is from. He's gonna have East. Yeah, this is really bad. I'm gonna spread a little bit. Yeah, 4, 6, 7. Maybe we find another. No, I'm not gonna. Ugh, my God. Yeah, opponent. Sorry about that, but this is ridiculous. I think we kill our opponent here, right? 15. I think we don't even need to do this, but anyway. Yeah, I'm at -7. Yeah, against this deck, we need to keep. He plays some. He doesn't play artifact lands. Like I said, I think I have no sideboard here because I could bring some cast into the fires to answer the Tiding Blade, but I don't think that's necessary. In my opponent, I cannot counter the Tiding Blade, but my opponent plays Core Sky Fisher, and I think my opponent plays Glint Hawks too. But I can't see a card that's too bad against my opponent. Hydra is nice because I hide it behind a creature. My opponent has to remove 2 creatures. And if my opponent remove the creatures while Hydra is on a stack, so and I still get the Hydra on the board. The land destructs are very good as you can see the results. So I think I can bring like I can try to bring no. I think I'm not gonna make any sideboard changes. At least from the game 2. I think I need to see if my opponent plays Glint Hawk. Because if my opponent plays Glint Hawk, I can't think about answer the Tiding Blade. I have no land destruction. This is not a good keep. Okay, no lands. Now it's me that has no lands. This is really bad. Okay, we're gonna just keep like this. Okay. I have to put 2 cards, right? Yeah, to 5. And Boarding Party. I'm probably gonna remove or Arbor Elf. I'm gonna have to find some lands in a row. I don't think my opponent has 1 mana removal, but for sure my opponent has 2 mana removals. Like untapped land here to the rest. I'm gonna take my last moss. I don't think we're gonna win this game. We need to draw a land right now. And this also function. And we're gonna need to take this land anyway. Gonna play it. Gonna pass. We can't play the red cards we have in hand, but now my opponent removes my Arbor Elf and we are in trouble, I guess. Sparring Overseer. Yeah, my opponent plays some flying creatures, and that's is bad for the initiative since hmm, since they we have some reach, but we have one, two, three, four, five. We need to find a Utopia Sprawl or Wide Growth because we would have two, four, five, six. It's not gonna be enough anyway. If Utopia Sprawl is gonna be enough to play Chrysalis and or Body Empire, but if it is a Wide Growth, it's not gonna be enough to play anything. Um, okay, he's gonna play a Glint Hawk and try to aggro me down, I believe. If my opponent plays Glint Hawk in his deck, I can consider Breath Weapon. I think my opponent plays like three or two of Inspiring Overseer and four Glint Hawks. I think I'm gonna bring not Breath Weapon. I don't have Breath Weapon because I play the Body Party. I play the Party Cannonade. Yes, also playing those guys make my decision to play Cannonade and easier, I guess. Can't block. Topi Sprout, Topi Sprout, Topi Sprout. Oh, this is also okay. We can find our red mana. What, what I'm doing here, man? Three, four. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. You can double block, and then we take out the Flint Hawk, and you have a little bit more of ramp. And my opponent did what I wanted, actually. I guess because now I have one more mana. We have five, six. You can play Boring Party. If you find a land, I'm gonna play the Altusaur because Boring Party just trades with those two guys from my opponent. Not those two guys, but I believe my opponent's gonna play another creature now. So you're gonna attack in the air. Maybe with two, with both. If my opponent attacks with both and plays a creature with, I think it's okay. My opponent can play a creature and chump the body part, but if my opponent plays nothing, he cannot remove any creature with one white mana at instant speed. So I'm gonna play the body party, and this is even better. Seven. We can play Chrysalis. No, Chrysalis is not very good here. Have five, six. We can play the Altusaur. And if since we play the Altusaur and then we play, no, I'm gonna play the Body Empire because I'm going to race. No map. I'm gonna play the Altusaur because no, 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 no. Five. Yeah, we need to find something here. Oh, Avenging Hunter, nice. Not that nice because my opponent is gonna steal the initiative anyway. We're gonna find another forest here. Or another, no, another forest. Just play the land. My opponent needs to kill my one of my creatures to steal my initiative. But he also gonna lose a creature. Not a creature, he need to kill the dinosaur and attack in the air. And he does nothing because next turn Boring Empire is gonna pressure a lot. My opponent gonna do top. That's a land, I guess. Maybe it is a land or a removal. Yeah, it is a land. But my Avenging Hunter tramples, so if my opponent just cast down my Altosaur and attack in the area, it's gonna steal the initiative. Yeah, not cast down, but new removal. Okay, it's gonna steal the initiative. It's gonna search for a land, but I'm gonna attack back and steal my initiative again, and just go for. At some point, my opponent can trap me. Maybe. Okay. Level and rumble. I can if I have exactly 6 mana, so I cannot play the burning party. But we see, ugh, this was disgusting. And now we attack. Opponent's gonna chump the boarding party, I guess. We're gonna steal the initiative and put the counters on the. No, my opponent just not blocking at all. Okay. Forge lost well. I think we're gonna go Forge on Arbor Elf because I have a 3/3 now. Can helps me race a little bit. My opponent's at 10. He's gonna crack the clue. I have one trample. I have a blocker here. I have a blocker. My opponent needs to remove my Chrysalis if he wants to steal the initiative and go to or Lost Well or Forge. But Forge doesn't help my opponent much because he'll grow this to a 4/3. And also, of course, Skyfish is it's okay. I can first see Malevolent Rumble what I get. Is a tap land. Yeah, he decided not to attack because it is obviously a bad play. Yeah, I'm gonna trap because I need to pressure my opponent, obviously. A proposer. And I see what Malevolent Rumble did to me. Okay. Not very good. We're gonna play another Chrysalis. I'm going to attack. Chrysalis can be a 7 if my opponent doesn't block. Okay, it doesn't block. Yeah. And just take it. GG's. Round 3 from Pauper Classic Tuesday. Again against Rick Aldebaran. He always plays GRIXIS Affinity, and this hand against Affinity is bad because we only play on turn 3, and land destruction is not very good against Affinity. So I think we need a faster hand. This is not a fast hand, but anyway, turn 2. Hmm, Mulligan. I guess gonna keep, and this was better to be a plains or not plains, a forest or even a mountain. Because turn 2 we do nothing. if we white growth on turn one. So I guess we're gonna white growth here and do nothing. I'm gonna try to destroy the, yes, this is a good land to destroy. But this is a not good card to see. Blood Fountain is kinda annoying. I mean, though we don't kill a lot of creatures. Yeah, we don't have anything to do here. So we do nothing next turn. So we need to draw land. My opponent has only lands that could be destroyed, which is nice. But we need to draw land now. This is not enough. I guess I'm gonna go for a Hydra here. Maybe I could a Hydra 2/3. Hmm. 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 I guess just to block here. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go for it because my opponent plays this rod, and this rod is really aggressive. If I take this two, I don't know if I don't know if, yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to take this 2 damage here. Okay, you just Galvanic Blast my my Hydra. Okay, I'll Galvanic Blast that goes to my Hydra, not go to my face. This is not good. Okay, gonna discard the Astimos. I'm gonna play the Chrysalis. Okay, that's GG. No, that's GG. We move to 5. My opponent's to 6, but he has 2 Foolish Familiar. We move it to 3, essentially. We just cast 3 cards, and now we're gonna cast it in Chrysalis, but it's not gonna be enough. My opponent has 1 card in hand still. I'm going to destroy my opponent's red land next turn if I didn't draw anything better. Yeah, I cannot destroy the blue land. My opponent has another land in hand. I bet. I can bet. Ooh, a boarding party. Hmm. It's, I think I'm gonna go for boarding party because I see my opponent Covenant Blast. No, but he can still. Okay, but he doesn't. Hmm. If we cascade, okay. Well, I'd rather have cascaded for a creature, but opponent's gonna bargain the land. Okay, we're gonna search for a forest. No, we're not gonna search because my opponent just killed my creature. Hmm. My opponent can double block here. I can kill both. Yes, I guess that's a nice trade. I mean, he's going to get the refurbish destroyed anyway because at some point he can just jump my chrysalis, right? So then there's no, and I'm not gonna cast any creature next turn. I'm gonna blow his land. That's okay. I'm gonna kill both. One's gonna take 4. Next turn, even if I draw a creature, I'm gonna blow the one of the lands, so my opponent cannot return the refurbish with the blood fountain. I don't think yeah. But now my opponent just passed with 4 mana and just returned the. He's gonna do this now. Yeah, but he cannot. Now I just play a creature if I draw a creature. He's gonna attack me, of course. He's gonna try to race me. Those refurbs with refurb those refurbs with Blood Fountain is gonna win this game, I guess. What I can do both. I can do both. I think my opponent just gonna draw cards. I don't like that, but anyway. I'm going to 5 against Affinity that draws a lot of cards and discard all cards. So anyway, mm, I would not do that. I think I would. No, my opponent's gonna play both Refurbish and play a Mirror Enforcer, I guess. Or 2, maybe. Now he can triple block the GRIXIS. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna cast this. He can still triple block the GRIXIS because it's gonna be 6 damage. I kill every creature he has, but my opponent you have more creatures. He has 4 cards in hand. I believe. Although I can incite my opponent not to block, not triple block if I attack with the Arbor Elf, but I don't think my opponent is not gonna triple block. If my opponent triple blocks, I just not gonna sack the Eldrazi token. I just gonna save it for mana. But if my opponent triple blocks and don't find any creature, I just keep it attacking with the proposer. It's gonna just jump. Okay. I think this indicates that my opponent don't have any creature in hand. He wants to keep the refurbished familiars to attack in the air, maybe. At some point my opponent is gonna start to play Mirror Enforcers, which is gonna be bad for me. And podcast. Now he's gonna see a Mirror Enforcer. Almost for sure. Because 39 cards still can hold like the 4 copies of Mirror Enforcer on those 39 cards, but no, there's a Mirror Enforcer. Okay, only one. This is this. Hmm, I'm gonna attack. Oh, both. Okay. I don't think this was a good attack. Just to say, maybe my opponent has Galvanic Blast in hand, munitions. I don't know, but that's what I draw. I just draw nothing. That's game, I believe. I'm gonna hold this card back. Hmm. I'm just gonna attack for 4. And yeah, I can block this all day, so we're gonna be at 5. I'm gonna try attack anyway. Because now my opponent cannot kill my creature. Maybe he's gonna have toxic analysis. No, just gonna take. Okay, he's got 7. I think we are dead because he's gonna attack with everybody. I'm gonna take 4. We're gonna be out of 5 essentially, and we can jump. My opponent's gonna loot a land. Okay, this is a bad matchup because my opponent can have Clark and Shaman with toxic analysis. So this is some oh god, some of the worst matchups for Gruul decks. Karkan Shaman with Tox Analysis. This combo just wins against Gruul. But you're gonna see. This is game 1. We're gonna be on the play on game 2. We're gonna have some cast into the fires. I guess not gonna be enough. This is just too bad. And attacks for 4. We go to 5. We're gonna take. Actually, we're gonna take 4 anyway, even if we don't attack with the. If we had a Hydra here, it would be nice. Okay, opponent Rod. Okay. Maybe Slimas. We're gonna take 4 and if we get, I think it's GG. That's GG. It's not premature to concede here. Let's see. Yeah, relics are okay because blood fountains are really bad for us. Yeah, the land destructions are pretty bad, so I don't think we need the land destructions. We need to bring this and this, but then maybe feed the clan to gain life and race. Yeah, maybe. I This deck is really bad against Affinity, so and we don't have. I wish we have 4 cast into the fires and the glamours, but we don't. Maybe we can find our way out with those cast into the fires. If I had a relic to exile the refurbs at that point, it could be better. Could be like game changing, but I think this hand is okay. It's kind of fast, kinda. Chrysalis is a very good card against Affinity, but we're gonna have a lot of Eldrazi tokens, as you can see. And I have a bunch of Eldrazi tokens. But I guess I'm gonna Reproposal on turn 2, and then if we find a Castle that Fire is gonna be our play. Okay. Next turn we're gonna play Chrysalis. And then we're gonna not gonna play anything else. Because I don't wanna take Kraken Shaman to the death. Oh no, no red mana. Okay, so if we find, ooh, this is kind of good. Hmm. Okay, my opponent doesn't have red mana yet, so next turn we cast Boarding Party. If my opponent had cast a red mana now, I think I'm not gonna play Boarding Party. Trying to find the red mana, to find the red mana. Or no, maybe I play Boarding Party right now. My opponent's is mana screwed, I guess, right? I think he's mana screwed. Taking too long to take this action right now means that at least he doesn't have a red mana. He can have Krog already, but not red mana. But I don't think he has. I don't think he has red mana yet because he had to play the red mana. No, this is just 5 mana, right? Yes, I cannot play. Hmm. I can do this. Malevolent Rumble. Altusaur. Avenging Hunter. This is very good. Avenging Hunter is very good. Hmm. I'm gonna make 1 token. Yeah, Avenging Hunter. Made 1 token. At least if my opponent cracks all my board, I'm gonna have some tokens, right? I'm gonna I'm not gonna. Yeah, my opponent. Yeah, that's okay. Not okay, but reasonable. Next turn we can play Avenging Hunter. We have exactly the mana. If my opponent plays a red mana and crack our board, we can still play Avenging Hunter. Let's see. Okay, found the red mana. Mirror Enforcer. Two Mirror Enforcers. No, no, no. And but this. Oh my god, this is just very bad against Affinity. Like right, 3/3s against a 4/4. Really bad. I guess we can play Boarding Party and try to attack. My opponent can Galvanic Blast it, but also, yeah, I think we can play Avenging Hunter. My opponent doesn't have card control, man, I guess. Hmm. 4, 6. That's 6 mana exactly. But then maybe what can we hit here? Maybe gas into the fire exactly on the red mana. Hmm. I guess if I play Boarding Party, he has a Galvanic Blast and just eat here. It's just very bad. So I think I need to do this. But my opponent's not gonna attack me with not gonna hit me with the Mirror Enforcer. And next turn I'm gonna forge one of those Eldrazi Proposer. Eldrazi Proposer or Avenging Hunter? That's the question. My opponent's gonna draw a lot of cards. At this point, my opponent just have Refurbished Familiar in hand, Card Control in hand, something like that. Even more removal spell like Cast Down here. I don't know. More red mana. At this point, I have to draw two of those Cast in the Fires to leave my opponent with no red mana. Refurbish. One has 4 mana, but no creatures in the graveyard. Munitions. Munitions is also good, but no Crack Control yet. Not gonna attack me, of course. Hmm. What if I just what if I forge on Avenging Hunter? My opponent can have like cast down on Avenging Hunter and I can boarding party. My opponent has to block boarding party. No. My opponent also can makeshift munitions. Yeah, I'm gonna forge here. I draw. Ooh, cast. Cast is very good. But hmm, 5, 6. I think we still have to play the boarding party. Let's see what we get. And a peaceful. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna call green. He's not gonna counter. Maybe he has a hydroblast. Maybe we should just do this. No, my opponent's just gonna steal my initiative. Yeah. And if he plays a well, I guess my opponent this is lethal, but he can just kill yeah, he's gonna block there. Gonna take 9. No, 10. Go to 4. He needs to find card control man. No, he's gonna catch down something. Or he's gonna bargain. No, bargain doesn't make any sense. Bargain the mirroring force doesn't make any sense, I guess. He's gonna let the boarding party live. Doesn't make much sense to me. Okay, he's gonna catch down something. Oh yeah, he bargains. He's just need to find the he just need to find the Kraken Shaman with toxic analysis. At this point right here, if he finds the, yeah, he doesn't have a Kraken Shaman, so that's okay. We keep the pressure. He's gonna loot a land, I bet. Yeah, my opponent is flooded, I guess. I think he has like at least one more land in hand right now. Maybe even two lands, three lands, because Galvanic Blast on the Avenging Hunter is pretty aggressive. He's dead on board. 11, 14, 11 just here. You don't have more pressure, but I think in my turn I'm gonna. He can sack the fountain to get the Mirror Enforcer back. But if my opponent do that, I'm gonna cast that fire the Mirror Enforcer and just win the game. My opponent concedes. Hmm. On a draw, it's the same thing, I guess. Body Cannonade can help, but I don't think so. I'm gonna submit like this. We need to keep in mind that this is a bad matchup. My opponent just not found. My opponent just did not found the Kraken Toxin combo. As soon as my opponent find that combo, we just lose the game because we would have no pressure. Okay, no, this is really nice hand. Not really nice, but the okay hand. We don't have much pressure, but we have Malevolent Rumble trying to find something. My opponent just kept 7, which is unfortunate. Okay. Let's see if my opponent just blows my Arbor Elf. Let's see. If my opponent doesn't, I think I'm going to Malevolent Rumble and cast into the fire. Yeah, he's just gonna do that. Okay. Next turn we go the Proposer, and in the following turn we go Avenging Hunter. So my opponent has no black mana yet. No, I'm saying my mouth just. Okay, my opponent doesn't have Galvanic Blast. This Feed the Clan is just kind of bad. He's gonna refurb us. I'm gonna discard the Feed the Clan, of course. Rod. Oh, it's not bad for us. Now he has Galvanic Blast open to the Avenging Hunter. Hmm. Still has Avenging Hunter. It still has the kill on my Avenging Hunter if my opponent has the Galvanic Blast. What if? What if? Well, my opponent's gonna steal my initiative, but I am gonna risk it. Yeah, we are risking here. But if my opponent has Galvanic Blast, he doesn't have. Well, he can draw still, but anyway, no, he don't have it. Okay, he doesn't have it. He's gonna play Cast Down, I guess, something like that. Eviscerator's inside. Okay, more lands. Another Cast into the Fire is a killer right now. I guess we're gonna. Let's see. Um, I can discard the Arbor Elf. What do I discard here? We're going to forge. I'm gonna forge the Eldrazi Proposer, but we can. I mean, we need the land, right? I think I'm just gonna discard the decline. Oh, the land. I'm gonna play Malevolent Rumble. I discard the Fide Clan. I'm not in pressure, and this land is, I guess now it's better than the Fide Clan. Now we go Forge. Okay, we have a 2/5 at oh my god. Okay, gonna go like this. Wow, that's great. But I don't think I'm gonna play the Chrysalis right now. I can't. I cannot play the Chrysalis, I know, but yeah, we're gonna attack first. My opponent, maybe he's not gonna block, he's just gonna steal my initiative. And if at some point he finds the I can play Chrysalis right now, but the problem is if my opponent just cracks and toxing me, I think we are dead. We lose the game because my opponent's just gonna steal my initiative and it's gonna be very bad. And we have no play to. But this way right here, if my opponent has the Clark Toxin combo, he's going to wipe my board anyway, and we're gonna end up with this token. But we cannot do anything with this token, and my opponent is going to attack, steal my initiative, search for a no, not search for a land because my opponent plays only one swamp, I guess. And at this point right here, um, I guess it's the same. If then after I'm gonna end up with one token, my opponent with one refurb, and I have a Chrysalis in hand to play and trying to do something, right? Opponent still initiative here. I guess maybe we're not gonna risk this. I'm gonna play this. Okay, if my opponent just go for Karkan with Toxin, we just use Fide Clan, gain 10 life, and try to go on with the Hunter Blowgun. Also, he cannot. Okay, opponent doesn't have a card condition on because he need to play that now. I think I'm gonna feed the clan here. Okay, now we have trap. I'm going to two. One's gonna cast down something, I guess. Boarding party. Okay, boarding party is GG. 5/6. I don't know. Boarding party we need to cast because it's just pressure. Maybe no, he doesn't have blue mana to Hydro Blast it. Yeah, GG's. Okay, this is the top four, and we're moving this hand, no lands. Okay, we get to five. Oh, okay, we can keep this. We're gonna get back this in a land, maybe. Hmm. We can opponent is playing mono red madness, I guess. So this is not gonna live. We're gonna need to cast. Well, a good shot. Good shot. Jesus, good shot. I guess we are dead. We need to find more lands. Okay. I'm not gonna cast this Hydra because we need. Okay, Faithless Looting. My opponent's playing good shot. Sneaky Snacker, Party Temper. Okay, next turn Snacker's gonna come back. Hmm. We need to find a land because we can play the the Hydra for 5. Okay, grab the prize. Jesus Christ. A lot of damage. We can't gain life game 1, so we're gonna take everything. Everything. Oh, this is... No, this is not good. I cast the Hydra for 3, 3, 4. Opponent has to get to spend a bolt here, a damage spell here after the block. I think he's gonna play the good snipe and just kill me. Yeah, like not having lava dart. Chain light into the face. My god, it's a lot of damage. Double fire blast. Not gonna attack me. Yeah, they cannot win this game. And yeah, it's going to block. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, dead. I think so. 3 damage. My opponent also have 3 damage on hand. It's impossible, right? Okay, let's go to the sideboard. Now we're gonna gain a bunch of life. But, oh my god. Land Destruction is not good against this deck. So we need to... I think Hydra is also bad. Hmm. We don't have any removal, so I think we're gonna have to bring, like, everything. Not everything, but I don't want the Hydra to... I mean, I want the relics for the Snacker. All the game. Also the Cannonade, but they gain life. 60, exactly. But I can take out the Malevolent Rumbles and play the Cannonade just to answer the Gutter Snipe. Because if Gutter Snipe sticks on the board, we just dies with it. We just die. So moving to 5 was yeah, Joe. Yeah, I think okay. Okay, it's 5 lands or no lands. It's good I have this recorded because otherwise I don't know if he would believe me, but okay. At least we have a land. Mm, Relic Progenitus Proposal, go. What else? Arbor Elf, he can cast a burn spell on Arbor Elf. So I guess Arbor Elf needs to go. My god. Okay. Two snackers on the graveyard. Land, 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 land. No, no, deck, no. He's gonna return both his knackers, right? If my opponent. Oh, okay. Nah, just not lucky. Ooh, no draw. Not a draw spell. Okay. We need to find a land now. A land, 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 please, land, 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 land. Nice. Easy game. Easy. Okay, but now I don't think we win this game in anyway. We can play Chrysalis, but I don't think we're gonna win. Maybe it's gonna kill my no. Okay, gonna attack me. I'm gonna take obviously land. No, I don't wanna land or a proposer. Hmm. I guess I can. I'm gonna. I can Chrysalis in a proposer. Okay. And this way, if we can, if we can fit this weather the storm like at least for 9 life, maybe we have a chance. My opponent has uh two castings, and he's not gonna attack, of course. And it doesn't matter, right? And you don't need it. I'm gonna go for red anyway. The opponent's gonna lightning bolt where my face, and ooh, lightning bolt my face. Okay, so we're just gonna weather. What? Opponent just concedes. Okay, that was strange, but anyway, same thing. I guess casting the fire can do something. Maybe if we no, I guess that there's no way. Guess my opponent was just short on lands and just could do nothing on the board. Maybe. Yeah, this hand is not very good. Opponent kept 7, and we have nothing. We need to draw like no lands for the rest of the all of my draws, and on this weather we are on draw ban. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna risk it. It's not very good to keep. I play turn 1, yeah, hold that up because it's bad. I'm just gonna kill or Arbor Elf. I'm pretty sure. He's gonna kill my Arbor Elf. But if he don't, we need to find a Chrysalis. No, we cannot play the Chrysalis next turn. Fire Temper is gonna kill the elf. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna attack for 1. Has 5 cards in hand. If my opponent plays a good snipe, it's gonna be really bad. Okay, we're gonna play. No, I'm not gonna play the mountain right now. I think this was not a. If my opponent, I can't play. I can't play. I can't. I don't have mana to get my opponent's Nick Snacker now. If he has one now, and attack me. Mm, I don't think he has. Maybe he has a Kessig. Mm, Kessig. Opalot. Ah, dang. Dang, dang. I think we die. I mean, we could still draw a cannonade here, but we don't. I'm not gonna play the red. I'm gonna play the red land anyway. Depending on my opponent, next turn I'm gonna. What I can do here? Maybe I can take this. Yes, I can take this. Let's see what my opponent does. My opponent does nothing. I need to draw. Okay, just bad cards. If you play Avenging Hunter, just gonna do nothing. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. Ugh. Opponent plays nothing. Okay, the storm is really bad right now. Cannonade. No. And I think we're not gonna play. We are lagging out a lot. So I don't know why. I'm not gonna play Avenging Hunter here. I'm just lagging out a lot. I don't know why. I think my connection is bad. Okay, you just got it against Necker. Okay, my Magic Online is just very bad at the moment. Yeah, every single time I need to pass priority, I click but my Magic Online is not responding. Okay, it's okay. Hmm, keep on just doing nothing. Hmm, I have 5 mana, I'm gonna have 6 mana. No. Yeah, I'm not gonna play the Avenging Hunter. Yeah, instead. But as you can see, I just passed the priority and Magic Online is just loading. So we are back with the conclusion. And we lost in the semifinals against a mono red Maginus. As you cannot see that it is a bad matchup, but we tried. We lost 1-2, and we end up being 3-0 in the Swiss. We won. It was black white blade, affinity, and the round one was, I forgot, was FAMs. Yeah, it was blue white FAMs familiars. So yeah, it was a 2-0 against familiars, or 2-1, I don't remember, and 2-0 against black white blade, and a 2-1 against affinity. We lost 1-2 against mono red madness. the deck, main deck, very solid. You can play more Land Destruction if you don't expect a very aggressive and aggro matchup meta game. You can play, I think you can play no Hydras or 2 copies of Hydras, only one Hydra. I think it's not very good because having only one Hydra is not that good to be, not that good of a opportunity to draw in the late game. And but it's one card that you cannot cascade into because it's too bad. Because or you play or you play nothing, or you play two, because two is higher risk to cascade into, but it's also a higher chance to draw into the late game. I think one is just not enough. Not one is just not enough. But anyway, that's the main deck. This is a pretty stock list. So the sideboard, I think if you play against mono reds like I just played, you can you need to play 6 gain life spells, or maybe at least 5. You can play only 4 and trying to destroy the creatures, but against mono red magic is not that easy because you don't have a lightning bolt or something like that. You're gonna have to use the fire cannonades or breath weapons, and I don't have breath weapons because my chicks limit on the range from the mana traders just don't have enough limit to get Avenger Hunter, Boarding Party, and 3 breath weapons, plus the other cards that I need to rent. So Flurry Cannonade. Also, I think this is pretty good. I don't have a problem having 0 enchantment hate, but you might have. So I did not use my Relic of Progenitus very much, but okay, you can run no relics and play the Glamours in that spot, in that slot. But that was the video, guys, and it was a pretty good run. We lost in the semifinals to a very bad matchup, but that's okay. That happens. And thank you for watching the whole video. If you're still here watching, and until the next one, bye.